post-eclipse. How's it hitting you guys? How are you feeling with it? Do you feel any differences, any changes? I do. I definitely feel some physical changes. It feels good. It feels real good. Sorry I couldn't come on yesterday, guys. I was getting some personals done, and that took up a lot of my day. But I'm back, and we're going to do a live karmic. See how the eclipse is affecting Karmicville. And I am going to be offering $33 eclipse readings live now. If you want it, it's up to you. All right. So let's get in. Ooh. Hanged Man wanted to pop out. Maybe we'll leave it out. Maybe that was a message. We'll see. The Angel of Prophecy. Good morning, Carla and B and Leah and RX. Hi, your Empress of everything. All right. So let's take a look at Karmicville. Spirit, please guide and direct me and tell me what's happening in Karmicville. Really curious. Really would like to know what's happening behind closed doors. All right. All right, so bottom of the deck is the Four of Wands. In this particular deck, it says freedom. You know, I don't see how the Four of Wands really means freedom when it comes to traditional tarot. It's more about union and marriage and stability, more of a confined four-wall thing. I don't get why this deck is proclaiming freedom. I guess someone just wanted to be creative and make crap up. But we'll go with it, as well as my version of, you know, traditional tarot. So we're going to see what we can do with it. But, okay, so we've got the Angel of Prophecy, which is the Hanged Man. And that is about being blocked and stopped from doing something, and has a lot to do with sacrifice and not being able to see something in the proper way. So you literally have to get strung up by your feet against your will to look at it, because you're not willing to look at it. So there's some kind of frustration and refusal behind the Hanged Man. He eventually changes his mind, but it takes a lot for him to change his mind. It's I wouldn't say forced, but it's certainly pushed. It also means stuck, unable to go anywhere, nowhere, until this is solved, until this problem is figured out. So if you look at the overall, underall energy, I see frustration with the Four of Wands. Okay? Because I want stability, but I'm not, I don't know. There's something blocking that, not allowing it to happen. Your Empress, just an update. You lost your soulmate. He cheated. LOL, my TF replacement, Divine Masculine, cheated. I'm confused on my TF replacement versus the next sentence or meaning, Divine Masculine cheated. I'm confused on that. Is there two people? TF and Divine Masculine? I'm a little, what's going on there? I saw the word replacement and I saw the word soulmate. So is there three people? Little confused, girl. Twin flame replacement is what I called him. Okay, so is there three people? A soulmate, a DM, and a TF? My soulmate, so it is your DM, your soulmate. Okay, that cheated was your replacement. Okay, got it. So there was two people, one twin flame and then the DM. Okay, got it. Well, I am so sorry to hear that. Oh my gosh. My gosh. You know, the eclipse is definitely going to reveal some secrets. We know that. Let's see what's happening in Karmicville. Let's see what's going on over there. What are you getting? Oh, okay. So we've got in the bottom here, now that we've gotten the first card and the last, let's see what's going on in the midlife crisis energy here. In the midsection. Okay, so we've got the Five of Swords, which is loss in this deck. We've got the Fool card, the Angel of Innocence, and the Ace of Pentacles, the card of Abundance. We have the Seven of Wands, which is challenges, and the Queen of Pentacles in this deck, which represents comfort. All right, so I definitely feel like a housing situation is a little bit of a crisis. There's some problems, some frustration, some stuck energy about where the people in Karmicville live. I think the people in Karmicville are wanting a new beginning and a fresh new start. They want to move, go to a new location, maybe perhaps a place they'll save money, or maybe it's a bit nicer, I don't know, but there's some challenges in achieving it, and they know that they need to put more money away, work harder, create more wealth. It's going to be too difficult to just jump. So they are being blocked of, in my opinion, prosperity. There's a lot of arguments about money. Let's just keep it real. With the Five of Swords, that's drama. And that's, I can't trust you. And that's back and forth beef with one another. And it's just, it's bickering, it's arguments. But then I do see they get over it pretty quickly. It's like an argument blows up like a little volcano, and then it simmers down. Let's look at 3 from the bottom. We have the Page of Cups, friendship, and the Hierophant, which is a marriage, a commitment. You guys know what's up. This marriage or commitment feels more like friendship with the Page of Cups. It's a friendship. It's a friendship that elevated into more. But the problem is it really hasn't grown past friendship. Yeah, I hate to be the bearer of bad news for the people in Karmicville, but, you know, friendship sometimes can go ahead and lead into, you know, more than that. But if the intimacy and chemistry is not balanced in some healthy way, it's not going to really kind of glow up into more of, like, you know, chemistry. I do think there's a lack of chemistry, and on top of the lack of chemistry is a frustration with Pentacles. The most prominent people in Karmicville as far as zodiacs are earth signs. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Most prominent. Okay, so we have the Seven of Wands coming out twice. The Sun. The Seven of Swords. And the Emperor. And another seven. Seven of Cups. Well, darn, if 7 isn't the number of the day. Let me close my door, guys. My little one is being wild. Okay. So anyways, 7 really represents a spiritual enlightenment. 7 is a great number representing spiritual power. And the universe kind of being present and stepping in. In fact, anytime you witness 7s in your life coming in multiples, it's pretty well known and well said that it means it's learning lessons. The universe is inspiring you, teaching you lessons. And you are a student of the universe. You're learning and you're growing. It also can represent an ending. You look at 7 days a week, right? The seventh day is the last day of the week. So it does represent a spiritual ending and a spiritual death even. Someone might also have that number in their birthday. Could be a life path. Could be part of someone's age. Obviously not 7 years old, but 27, 37, 47, something like that. Or someone born in the 70s, perhaps. Those are just little signs. They don't have to be. But I do get the sense that someone's plans, hopes, and desires are meeting frustration, challenges, hardships. And you know what? It's not that easy. Someone thought, hey, this is going to be really easy. We're going to be able to go from A and get to B, no problem. Very hopeful is the fool. The fool thinks, well, this is an easy journey. This is simple. Piece of cake, piece of pie. Just marching off along into the journey, not knowing there is problems right ahead of him. He's going to fall off that cliff. You know, and that dog, which represents his intuition and his best friend, in some senses, you can say your spirit guides, your angels, your intuition, your higher self, just barking, trying to alert him as best as he can. Hey, I'm trying to tell you that there's a problem here and you're going to fall. Don't you see? Don't you see the problem you're running into? Come on, wake up. Can you hear me? And it's like he doesn't even hear him. So that's kind of where I think the dog represents the spirit world in some sense. You know, and the fool's always carrying a little bit of karma with him. He's got his bags packed, but it's a tiny bag on the end of a stick, you know, just a little satchel. It's something to sustain him, which represents I have just enough knowledge to get on the road. I don't have all the knowledge to solve all my problems. So does that card mean foolish? Yeah. It also means a fresh new start, which is the happier way to look at it. But we can't disregard the fact that it means foolish. And it is the fool for a reason. He's brave and he's courageous. And those are his best attributes. He goes head first, like, you know, head on towards a new life. Courageously, just not scared if there is going to be a problem or not. And really, he's got a lot to learn. A lot. And then you get the Five of Swords right before it. And to me, that can represent arguments. Hey, let's have a big fight, a big argument about something that's going to go down. You know, it's like I trusted you, and look at the mess we ended up in. And so for me, that Five of Swords is just problems, chaos. And I think in Karmicville, there's a lot of that going on. 5 and 7 seem to be bumping heads. You know, and there's friendship there, Page of Cups. It's easy to forgive, but it's not so easy to forget. That 7 of Swords, let's not disregard him. He's right there talking about keeping secrets. He looks very shifty, very sneaky. You know, this is not a great energy. The 7 of Swords is asking someone to be honest and face the truth in any given situation, because they may be deceiving themselves, lying to themselves, fooling themselves about what's possible and what this is. Someone is convinced that they know what they're doing and it's the right thing, but they know deep down it isn't. They also feel like they need to watch their back. They know deep down. And they know someone is lying and trying to deceive them and turn the tables. In some definite sense, they're definitely trying to turn the tables and say, it's your fault, not mine. I'm not the problem. It's you. You're the problem, not me. You know, so there's some kind of blame game also going on. When you get the Five of Swords, it shows mostly a warning, a huge warning that some relationship is at stake here and someone's big ego is compromising it. You know? And do they want to work with each other? Do they want to compromise, meet in the middle, make a deal? No. Compromise, getting along, bending their ego, no, that's not even a thought. You know, and it's working against the greater good. And it's creating unnecessary tension. And usually it represents a hollow victory. Meaning you win, but what did you really win when you have no one to share it with, no friends, no one to back you up? It's like winning an argument. Okay, high five, you won an argument. What are your prizes? Nothing. I have no friends, no one with me, no one agrees with me. I just popped off at the mouth, went off, blew my lid, couldn't control my temper, spit facts, haha, I'm a baddie. Now what? You made an A-double-S of yourself. Because in the end, it doesn't matter how sweet and smooth your mouth is and how many facts you can spit out. It doesn't mean a darn thing if you're all alone in the end and no one cares. No one cares about your facts. No one cares about your ego. No one gives a D-A-M-N. And that's just, you know, the truth of it with the Five of Swords. And the truth will set that person free, you know? And let's just say someone playing a power game. Oh, yeah. Five of Swords. Someone's playing a power game. We even had number 5 major arcana here about power. You know, and I just feel like there's some kind of... You asked for this. You wanted this. You asked for it. Why are you complaining? Is there a reason you're complaining all of a sudden? All the drama. You know, and then the Seven of Wands wants to come in. And in this deck, it's, you know, it's frustrations are at their peak, right? But it's someone is able to overcome their frustration and they are on top of the situation. So there's some sense of control in that deck. But the interpretation of that card is sticking up for others that can't stick up for themselves. And it's about fighting for what you want. Even if you don't want to, you're going to fight for it. Perhaps fighting for what you believe in. It's about setting boundaries. Not letting people walk all over you. Let's keep it real. It's about being defensive. And coming up against your enemy, coming up against people who speak against you or have actions against you. The Sun card is about all your plans working out. It's positive. Whenever it comes in a reading, it kind of shines a light on everything. And it's like, don't worry, I'm here. But in this deck, it does say marriage and happiness. And if I line them up with each other, let's see, let's line them up and just see what the story says at that point. We'll talk about the Emperor here. We have some naivety. Someone that really wants this Emperor to be stable, Provide a strong marriage and a strong household. Create some kind of stability. But it's like there's a boundary. Oh my God, I see. Someone is trying to force someone to be someone they're not. And they're a fool. There's the T. Someone in Karmicville is saying, I want you to be daddy. I want you to be hubby. I want you to be the emperor. I want you to be the big ultimate provider and take care of me and us. I want us to buy a house and have this stability. I want you to be someone you're not. And that's a fantasy. 7 of Cups. All that glitters is not gold. Look beyond the clouds. Okay. I think the person who's being foolish is a Queen of Pentacles, an earth sign female, or a feminine energy earth sign that's being a fool. I think that's who the karmic is in this story. And I think there's an Aries involved in some sense here, or a Leo, an Aries or a Leo, masculine. And I feel like, yeah, the earth sign karmic is just being a fool in hopes that this person's going to come out of a funk and just all of a sudden do the right thing. And it's foolish. It's asking a lot from someone who doesn't have the capability. I'm sorry, but that's what I see. I see this karmic being a fool. Now, the big question is, what is this fool telling the karmic? We have the Chariot, the King of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups. Oh boy. The 8 of Swords. These are bonus. I'm just going to keep these over here. The 8 of Swords and the Moon. And bottom of the deck, the 8 of Cups. Money problems, turning your back and walking away, knowing nothing more can be done. So first, this is what the masculine in the karmic situation is telling the karmic. And it is, there's no one else, but there is. There's 3 people here. So I see denial and lies with the 7 of Swords as well. This person is telling the karmic, I love you. I'm here for you. I want what you want. Man, oh my God. This person has a track record of 3 marriages. That is some tea for that ASS. This person has had 3 whole marriages, or perhaps relationships that felt like a marriage. You know, they lived with them, they shared the same bed, they shared the same home. Perhaps they shared children with the emperor, you know. But they've had 3 whole big relationships. And this person has just a terrible track record of stability and longevity. I hate to say it, but it is inevitable that this relationship is going to end. There's no way around it. And this person could definitely have strong Leo, because it came out the King of Wands first, right on top of the Sun, and then we have Strength. This person has a son and daughter or either or, and probably has Virgo placements with the Hermit, or maybe they're Virgo, Leo kind of between tropical and Vedic. But anyways, this person is destined to leave the situation. And they're more of a realist. The masculine is a realist, which is why it's creating the Five of Swords. Frustrations, but it's also the fact that this person is a liar. I'm sorry for everybody who's involved with this individual. I'm sorry to you because they're not faithful to anyone. And honestly, I don't know what you would continue to want with this person. They're a big talker. They're a sweet talker, Seven of Swords, Seven of Cups. They are a smooth talker of promises, promises that sound beautiful. This person is creative and knows how to paint a happy relationship picture. They know how to tell you and sell you whatever you want to hear, whatever they think you want to hear, you need to hear. They've definitely sold the karmic into a lie, believing that there's a chance at a real happiness and a real new beginning and stability. But if that karmic would only see the truth that they're fake, they're not honest, then they would be able to make a better decision. But the Queen of Pentacles is unwilling to look at the truth. Seven of Wands, the boundary, the fighting what other people are trying to tell her. That's why the Angel of Prophecy is here with the Hangman. The universe is trying to do some kind of a wake-up call. And that's kind of popping up with the moon, right? It's like, wake up. There's deception, there's delays, emotions are up and down. You may be deceiving yourself emotionally, or others may be deceiving you. But the whole point is there's deception. And we've seen the word frustrations pop up at least, 4 or 5 times in this reading? And it says feeling bound and gagged. The masculine in this situation feels forced to lie. I have to lie. They have my pentacles, they have my kids, they have whatever reason, and I have to lie. I think we all know that's BS. Nobody has to lie. I'm sorry, but nobody has to lie. Okay, so we got the Emperor's perspective here, the masculine. Let's see what's going on with the karmic, as far as, does the karmic believe these lies? Maybe not. Maybe I want to see what's going on with this this Emperor, this King of Wands character that's got 3 other situations in the past, possibly the present. Maybe I want to see what's going on. But there is 3 people involved. 1, 2, 3. What's going on? Okay, can we just reveal the truth about this King of Wands, this Emperor? Can we reveal the truth? Wow, 3 swords. This is the truth. And I'm not lying, and the cards aren't lying. And guess what? What do we have in there again? Deception. What's the other word we've gotten multiples of? Frustration. We also have jealousy and a broken heart. This person has created jealousy, frustrations, and broken hearts, broken promises. The truth about this person is they feel bad about what they've done. They have some guilt, but not bad enough to stop. Okay? Then we have temperance in reverse. This person is completely unbalanced and unhinged from reality, and refuses to do the healing and refuses to do the work. Okay? This person expects problems to arise. Honestly, with the Three of Wands. They expected this. They expected all of this, and they don't care. Where is this person headed? What is this person's goal? What do they want? What does this person want? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We have the Fool, again, representing the Fool, which is, I think we all know who in the story. They want the Fool. They want happiness. They want a new beginning, but they don't want to do the work to get there. They want Three of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. They want to keep being a player. I'm so sorry. Not often do I get people that want to keep being a player, but this person does. Their intentions are to keep playing. I'm sorry, but that's... they have no intention of putting down their player ways. Two of Swords, they are torn between two people, perhaps. They don't know which one to choose. They don't know who they love, and maybe they don't know exactly what they want, but they know they don't want to let the other person go. The other person could be a Gemini, maybe Cancerian Cusper, or a Cancerian Gemini in Vedic and Sidereal, whatever works there. But we have the Three of Cups and the Lovers. They find it fun and beautiful and loving and super connected to another person. I don't see a lot of pentacles behind it. I just see feelings. And look, it says love affair. Romance building again within marriage, relationship, a loving relationship that they could share. And this person is like a friend. Are we dealing with a Libra? Because, wow. I don't see Libra except there, but this is so Libra. Friends that are more than friends. This person's classic go-to method is I'm going to be your friend and sneak my way into more. Oh yeah, this is sneak. I like to be friends and then I sneak my way in with promises and, you know, I paint a pretty picture. So there we have it, my friends. That's what this person wants. And I think it's apparent what the Karmic wants. The Karmic here wants marriage, commitment, and stability. They want to own a home, have a wedding ring and a marriage certificate, and they would like to have this person be just theirs and be completely into them. That is what the Queen of Pentacles is asking for. And the frustrations is, why won't you give it to me? And the person says, I can't give it to you. I don't have enough money right now. We don't have enough money to get married. We don't have enough money to buy a house. We don't have enough money to move. We don't have enough money. Well, let's just keep it this way. Money is this person's excuse. And so the Karmic's like, okay, well, we're in Hanged Man because of money. Not, we're in Hanged Man because there's a third party, which is really the truth of it all. Because the truth is, when a masculine emperor or king of wands sees something they really want, which could be marriage, could be a house, could be that person, they're going to go above and beyond to get it. They're going to do everything in their power to achieve and conquer. They're conquerors. So let me tell you, if this person really saw marriage in their sights, they would go and do it like yesterday. If they really saw a house in their sights to settle down with someone, they would have gotten 2 or 3 jobs. Not just one, just swinging it, barely making it by. Do you know how many people I know that just have one job that are like, oh, I'm so broke, but they don't want to give up their time. They don't want to sacrifice for a year. If they just sacrificed for a year and did 3 jobs and all they did was work and sleep, you know, they would probably achieve all their dreams. But they have one job and they're just crying and whining, oh, I don't have money for this and that and my car payment and this and that. And it's like, you're also not willing to sacrifice. And I know this because I know real emperors in my life. Real emperors. My grandpa was an emperor and he was not rich. Just because you're an emperor doesn't mean you're full of pentacles. It means you're a conqueror. And he achieved his marriage. He achieved being a good parent. And he worked 3 jobs. And he was creative, King of Wands. He didn't just look in the paper and go, okay, these are 3 normal jobs, or I can't take 3 jobs because of the hours. No, he got creative. He had one main job, which was normal daytime hours. Then he had a part-time job, which was small hours in the evening after his first job. He would eat dinner and then go out and do that second job. And then on weekends, when it was only a 5-day work week for those other 2 jobs, he would do cleaning windows. He was actually a janitor at the other full-time jobs. He was a janitor full-time at the Broadmoor Hotel, and then he was a janitor at night for schools, for like elementary schools. And then he switched to being a full-time janitor at a deaf and blind school, and then he continued to work at the Broadmoor at night after the Olympics or hockey games and things like that. And then again, he would do windows for wealthy people on weekends. And it might take, 5 hours on a weekend, but that's what he did. He sacrificed. And he brought his kids along with him for fun. He brought my dad and my uncle. He was like, come on, it's a weekend. Come do some windows with me. We'll get more money. We'll have more things. And I'll take you to a hockey game afterwards. That's sacrifice. And he got free tickets to the hockey game. And, that's all he could do because he was putting away for what? He wanted to buy a house. And he couldn't buy a house till my dad and my uncle were already 18 or 19. But in those days, he was only making about $1 an hour. So with all his jobs, he was making like $3 an hour. Maybe 5 at the tops if you want to like push it. But really, it was probably $3 a day in those days. So yeah, it took him a long time to save and have a down payment and build up some kind of credit to go ahead and buy a home. And it took him forever while those kids were growing up. But you know what? They loved him and they knew my dad works hard and my dad loves me. He still managed to make it to their baseball games. He paid for their baseball games just so they could have an after-school curriculum. When he didn't have enough money for extra things, he would gamble. He would do like dog racing bets, and he would win, $200, $300. And it was like, can you imagine in those days, it was like 3 months, 4 or 5 months worth of work. And he would do it every now and then. And he would go buy them all their clothes for the year and their bikes, shoes, tires on the car. They didn't go on vacations. He would take them hiking, camping, fishing, free stuff. But they had a great childhood. That's an emperor. So I'm just saying you don't have to be an emperor and be rich and an entrepreneur and a business owner and have, $500K in the bank. I'm not saying that's what makes an emperor. But I'm saying an emperor is a provider and a protector and a conqueror. They achieve their goals, however long-term it is. And that's why they've got the gray hair and the wisdom. It represents wisdom. I know how to get what I need, and I know how to provide and protect. And I'm also very committed, and that's the emperor. It's stability. And at the bottom of the deck, that's all the karmic wants is stability. Maybe the karmic's not asking for rich. She or he's just asking for that kind of commitment. Just be committed, Just be committed. Just show me that you want it. Show me that you want to own that home with me, and show me that you want to be married, and show me that you want to have a family. But that's not this person. And that's why it's so sad in Karmic field today, because they're being deceived. We have several deception cards. and several frustration cards. And the frustration that keeps arising is someone is being foolish, okay? Just a fool, just ignorant, naive, a fool, thinking that they're going to step into this great Ace of Pentacles. And the, the Ace of Pentacles is here, and it represents a new beginning. It's a blessing from God, from the universe. It's being handed over like, here you go, here's something valid. But then we run into the Seven of Wands, frustrations. And you know what that means to me? You're going to get what you want in the aspect of you get him or you get her, you get this person. Yay, you get them. That's like a win, right? But it's a hollow victory because you also get their player ways. You also get lies and deception and deceit. And that ace represents a solid foundation and a new stable beginning that is actually supposed to reap long-term rewards. But it also is like a clock, and it's reminding it's time to invest in your future in a very tangible way. Will you do it? Will you tangibly invest? Take the time out of your life. Take the effort and the energy, because if you do, the payoff will be great. But to be honest, it's almost more like that Pentacles in reverse, because it's like all the eggs are in one basket and the Karmic is a fool, investing all of the Karmic's time and energy into this person for years, and nothing's going to come from it. And that's why the Hanged Man is there. There is, with the Seven of Wands twice, a refusal. It is a refusal with the Hanged Man to see that there is definitely lies, deception, and third-party trickery. And let's just go ahead and call it game playing with the Fool card twice and the Lover's card and the Page of Cups that keep coming up. Not to mention the Three of Cups usually represents friendships, good times, celebrations. This person plays games and has a lot of friends, so-called friends. And I just want you to know the friends are not really friends. They're possibilities. They're fool around friends. They're friends with benefits. They're not just friends. And the only one here being foolish is the Karmic. But, I'm not going to say the only one, because the one that's being a player is being a fool. So what is the eclipse going to smack down with all this business? All right. Eclipse, what do you see? What is this trickery revealing to me? All right. All right. Bottom of the deck, all in the golden afternoon in reverse. Sorry, guys, I have to rub my feet. My feet are just ridiculous lately. Maybe it's a Pisces thing with Rahu, Vedic sidereal. Okay. The next card is uncertainty in the upright. Choose who you will become. All right. By the way, I'm offering eclipse readings today if you want it. $33, and we're going to do a revelation of what the eclipse is supposed to be revealing to you. This is a very important eclipse. It did happen in the zodiac sign of Pisces, per Vedic sidereal. So if you would like your eclipse reading today, you would like to see what's being revealed to you in the shadows of all this truth being presented, into your world right now. Please do that through Cash App or donate through my website. The link is in the description below. I will do your reading today, right after this video. Okay? So let's see number 39. Choose who will become. The caterpillar and Alice looked at each other for some very long time, in silence. At last, the caterpillar took the hookah out of its mouth and addressed her in a languid, sleepy voice. "Who are you?" said the caterpillar. This was not an encouraging opening for a conversation. Alice replied rather shyly, I hardly know, sir. Just at present, at least. I know who I was, and when I got up this morning, but I think I must have changed several times since then. I love it. So I got goosebumps because this is the eclipse. And the Karmic is realizing I've changed. And you've changed. I know who you were perhaps 7 years ago. But I don't quite know who you are now. So there's some kind of I don't know who you are anymore. Or you don't know who I am anymore. And that's the revelation of the eclipse. Okay, they're realizing they really don't know one another. That's a scary feeling in a committed relationship. And that does explain the Five of Swords and the Hanged Man. Mostly it explains the Hanged Man. And it's just like, yeah, you need to see who this person really is because you don't know anymore. Okay, you need to look. And they're like, no, I don't want to look. I know who they are. I know who they are. I knew them. I know them. And the universe is like, I don't think so. I really think you need to take another look. And the Karmic's like, nope, I don't want to take another look. I know what I want. I'm the fool. I just want to go forward in this relationship. I want to get married and I want to commit. And I want my life the way I want it. And the universe is like, but you're really walking into a fire here. And the universe is like, we're not just going to sit back and not give you any warnings, not give you any signs. Your higher self is not just going to sit down on a chair and go ahead. Your higher self is trying to say, hey, this isn't part of the deal. You're being blind and foolish and stupid. Open your eyes and wake up because it's test time. So when Alice meets the caterpillar, he wants her to tell him who she is, what she is. But Alice feels she cannot answer, as she has changed so much on this journey in Wonderland. She is so used to being tall, it feels strange to be so small. But her indecision, her sadness, and her uncertainty is not met with sympathy. Instead, the caterpillar gives her the chance to change herself to a size she feels comfortable with. He does not tell her how she should feel or what size she should be, but he does offer her the keys to self-empowerment by subtly letting her know she can choose to be her own size with the aid of the mushroom. Now, this makes sense to me in this reading from the Hierophant, who ironically has the keys. Taurus may be a strong presence today too, but it's about being a teacher. And notice how he's got the book, just like the High Priestess. And he's got a lantern in one hand, and he's like, I'm here to teach you. I'm here to show you how to ascend. And I'm kind of seeing a version of this person's higher self trying to teach that lower self, hey, you can be more, you can have more. Are you ready? Are you ready to think and do some inner journey stuff? So anyways, it's rarely so easy. Empowerment cannot be an instant thing given to you. Confidence is not something just handed over. You can't decide what you want to be and immediately be there. It's a journey. And on the way, you will make some errors of judgment, and it's through the willingness to learn that you're going to try and you're going to fail, and that's okay, because you might even fail again. But you will come to some understanding what must be done. Excuse me. For who you wish to be. Advice on what we must do to be empowered is an offer. But if you expect it to be easy, quick, and fast, and something of another person maybe doing it for you, you will learn some disappointment, because the process is trickier and more arduous than you would say. Ultimately, it's far more rewarding than you could ever have thought, though. The divination of this card is good advice may come from an unexpected quarter. If you try to practice and are willing to make mistakes, because you will become far more powerful and reach a place of freedom, the place where you long to be. The problem for people in Karmicville is the fear of following advice and learning through experience. Being embarrassed and wishing they hadn't done what they did, because they may be embarrassed. They may think people are thinking that they're stupid. But there's nothing wrong with making a mistake. It's not an embarrassment. So you spent some years in a relationship that wasn't right for you. It doesn't make you stupid. It actually made you wiser. A lot wiser. And why are you going to be worried about what judgments people have placed on you in your life and in your relationship? Would it bother you if someone thought what job you did was ridiculous? No, because it's your job and you like it. Would it bother you if someone thought your kids were a certain way, but you know your kids best and they don't know your kids? No, it wouldn't bother you. It might irritate you, but you know who your kids are. You're not going to let their opinions form your opinions of your kids. So if you're not going to let other people form opinions about things for you, don't even for a second think that they get to form opinions about your relationship. This might be a problem of wishing things were easier and more predictable than the fact that you actually have to walk through the fire to learn that it wasn't. It could be that this karmic really just wanted this person, this emperor, to do all the work. Come on. Agree to what I want you to do. Agree to who I want you to be. Be that person. But they were unwilling to apply any discipline for themselves to be who they needed to be. This is a card more about making mistakes and being stronger for it. And that's the uncertainty card. That's what this eclipse wants to show the karmic is this relationship isn't the one. Why? Because they're not the one. Because they're a player. Because they're a liar. Because they're a fool. And maybe you have something wonderful to offer them. You are the Queen of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You want to offer them a beautiful life. And all they need to do is get on board and step onto the journey with you and put in that hard work like an emperor. But they're not. Not in this reading. I told you who my grandpa was as an emperor. He had the choice to just work one job, be broke, maybe drink his worries and sadness away so he could escape his pitiful, reality. He could have been disappointed at himself for making so little and not being able to give his family the life that he really wanted. But instead of whining about it and drinking about it and maybe getting affection from another woman in his marriage, some woman to make him feel better about himself, make him feel like a man when he didn't feel like a man at home because he couldn't bring it. Instead of taking that route, which was probably the easier route, honestly. People think that sounds like a very hard route. No, it's probably really easy to just drink and do bad things. The hard route is getting up early in the morning and coming home late at night. The hard route is your feet hurting, your back hurting, you're being tired for years, and just sitting in the struggle for years to get the outcome in the end. That's the hard part. We have choices, right? Two of Swords. And the lesson of this eclipse for the karmic is you have the choice to sit here and hope and wish that this person's gonna turn into that emperor boy and just turn it on like fire and be like, I'm committed, I'm in love, we're gonna get a house, we're gonna get married, we're gonna have kids, we're gonna be happily ever freaking after. Oh yeah, these are great dreams. Seven of Cups, the Fool. But it's not reality. It's just not. And, you know, whatever's going to happen is up to the karmic, but these are the revelations that the karmic is having. And the biggest problem to date so far in this karmic reading is the karmic has put in years with the Queen of Pentacles. I'm talking years of investment into a man, could be a woman, but a masculine. Years of investment into a masculine, not a lot to show for it. There is some facade, Seven of Swords. There is some kind of picture that has been painted. For others, like, look at us, we're together for years. This is great. Look at us. But the reality is no. Yeah, let's look. Your masculine energy has been cheating and lying about what they do and lying to you about what they want to give you almost the entire time. And I say almost because there was a time where the karmic felt they knew this person, but they've changed several times since then. And does this person have any intention on changing? No. I told you what they wanted. They wanted the three parties still there. There's love and affection and friendship with a third party. Three of Swords, Three of Cups, Lover's card. It's obvious. There's somebody else. They want to partake in that. And that's it. That's all they're in for. That's the game. That's the game plan. There is no big shift. There is no revelation. There is no, I get it now, I want something. No, this person is a fool. And we've got fool several times. And the truth is, they want the best of both worlds. They don't have any intention of changing and giving up the good times because that's too much fun. This feels great. And you know why it feels great? Because karmic, you're not doing anything about it. You're still cooking, you're still cleaning, you're still paying the bills. You might still be giving up that booty or giving up that wand like it's no big deal. What vacation are we going to go on this spring break? No big deal. You know, life is good. Life is real good. And why should they have to change? They can go and have fun and frolic whenever they feel like it. They've given some sense of promise. Maybe they've given an engagement ring. Maybe they've tatted a name on their engagement finger. You know, maybe they did go to the altar. Maybe they went to a courthouse. They signed a document. They didn't have a real wedding. Friends and family weren't there celebrating under the stars with the moonlight dinner and, a honeymoon. There was no real investment. It's just, I'm here for now. And what is this person's track record? Many marriages. And maybe they weren't all legal, but this person's track record is, you're not the only woman I've ever lived with. Or you're not the only man. You're not the only person I've created a family with. You're not the only person I've promised things to. You're just the only person that put up with it so long. Is that a badge of honor? No. The Queen of Pentacles is not wearing a crown like a badge of honor, happy. This is just the only stupid karmic with the full card that has put up with it this long. Put up with the lies, the cheating, the deception, and the trickery, because mostly what they care about is the facade. Yes, they want the real thing, but they're settling for the facade. And it doesn't matter how many times they can lie to themselves that it's not what it really is. Deep down, Seven of Swords, they really know the truth, and they're really just deceiving themselves. And this eclipse has made that very well and very apparent. And the only thing that's been really refused here is seeing the truth and taking action on it. Now, bottom of the deck, the overall underall energy in reverse for what this eclipse has shown. The karmic. It's about feeling dull, feeling uninspired. This is a mundane relationship. Mundane meaning the same thing every day. It's the same. You wake up, it's the same. You go to sleep, it's the same. You go to work every day, it's the same. Nothing has changed. It's mundane. It's old. It's worn out. It's the trodden path. And it's about believing in a lack of creativity. It's about being unhappy with this relationship and even unhappy with life, unhappy with pentacles. And it is negative self-talk. And that's why we have this. The karmic is sitting here acting like they're stuck. They're not. But excuses. But another excuse. But this excuse. And, but I have this excuse. Oh, no. No, we're very much tired of excuses. And you're acting bound and gagged like you are stuck here literally, and you're not. So, let's see what the universe wants to tell the karmic. If you want your eclipse reading, it's $33. You can do it in my Cash App or donation. Go ahead and do it now. I'm about ready to do those readings. We'll just take all four. Why not? They did come out, so we'll just take them. We have own your awesome and stay humble AF. So own your awesomeness and stay humble. It's about have confidence, but don't get cocky. Pride comes before the fall. So you want to be a baddie? Show your heart to everyone, because that's hard. It takes a lot of courage to be authentic in this world. Showing your heart doesn't mean you're soft all the time, or that you're a hot mess or a doormat. But it means you're real. That's a hard thing to do, guys. I'm in that energy a lot. And I have shown my authenticity to my person a lot. And it makes him kind of squeamish. Puts him in an uncomfortable energy. He's not used to being, to having people be that honest. Being courageous isn't putting on your strong face and being a warrior and being the tough guy or the bully or the tough girl with the biggest mouth, the loudest mouth, the strongest fists, the ones that are like, hold me back. That's not the tough guy. That's not the courageous one. Courageous one is the one that gets real with their feelings. And it's like, this hurts. This is how it's making me feel. Or this is what I love and this is what I want to give you, even in the face of rejection. And asking tough questions and receiving very hard answers with grace. That's the tough guy. Next, we have grab your own butt and love yourself. You know, the karmic is being told by this eclipse, love yourself more. This person's out gallivanting around, loving others, giving them part of themselves too, not just you, you know. Why don't you just start loving yourself more and stop looking around for your person to grab your butt? Why don't you do it? Why don't you start feeling attractive, desired? Self-love, self-care. Next, drink water and mind your own effing BI, you know? It's like, do your own thing. Be healthy. Don't worry about other people and just do you, really. And this is the karmic to not be so nosy into what this other person is doing. But I want to know who they're sleeping with, but I want to know who they're screwing, but I want to know who the third party is. But I want to know what they did and when they did it and how they did it and how he felt or how she felt. I want to know what they want. I want to know what this other person wants, and I want to know how that person feels, and I want to know what their future is. And, you know, no, the cards are like, just mind your own BI. Like, that's not for you, but the karmic's going to say, well, it is for me because I'm involved. You choose to be involved. You're not involved. You're part of a triangle. You're part of a web of lies. You're part of a mess. That is a choice. 2 of Swords, 8 of Swords. You are not stuck. You are not bound, and you are not gagged to be here. Don't go outside in the rain and cry because you're getting wet. Does that make sense? And I'll just say it very plainly. Don't choose to be with a player, a cheater, a liar and a manipulator, a man or woman with a history of broken relationships because of infidelity. Don't choose him or her and freak out because it's happening to you. And I can tell you as a reader, the reason people take on other people like that is because it gives them great self-worth to believe that they changed someone that no one else could change. That they achieved some level of success that the others couldn't. But you know what that says to me? It's like being a very fit person that can't win in the normal Olympics because you're not good enough yet. So you go play in the Special Olympics and you win and get the gold medal. So you went and played against, you know, a bunch of people that were incapable. And so you're suddenly a winner. Or being a 6'3", 240-pound man swimming in an Olympic competition with 5'4", 140-pound women with your arm twice the length and winning the gold medal in the Women's Olympics, because now you say you're a woman. But you couldn't win in the Olympics with a bunch of other 6'2" men. You know? If you're all in a line, you're not going to be the gold medalist. You know, but I'll win over here. And that's, the gold medal is more important to me than the actual competition. And this is why in boxing, you cannot have a heavyweight box a lightweight. In boxing, you have to be the same weight and close to the same height. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a fair fight. So for this Karmic trying to jump into this battle and say, I'm going to change this player and do what all these babies' moms or ex-wives or ex-husbands or ex-relationships couldn't do. I'm going to make them a committed, hardworking, wealthy, good-looking person, and we're going to cross, you know, the limits, and we're going to be well off in marriage, love, and money. We're going to make it when all of you couldn't make it. When the truth is, the reason the other relationships didn't make it is because the other women or men were too good. They bowed out gracefully. They were like, nah, we're out of the game because we don't want to play that game. You know, the first one is like, I saw through that man or that woman in a flash how much of a liar and player and lazy bum they were. Like, I'm out. I saw it and I moved on. I found a good one. I went and got married to you know, this person, and we're living up on the hill and things are good, and we haven't looked back at him or her, you know, since then. We're living the good life. I got out early. And the next person is like, well, I tried. I was also deceived, given promises that were not kept, promised that they would make the effort they never made. And it didn't matter if we had a little girl or a little boy or 3 or 4 or a house on a hill. It didn't matter. I wasn't going to put up with someone half-assing it, not willing to put in the work. So I'm gone. Bye. I ended it. It's over. And I found someone much better. And maybe that didn't work out, but I kept looking and found another person better, in my opinion. And it's like, that person's like, I'm not looking back. You didn't win a prize. You didn't fight me and gain something. You got something that was discarded, that wasn't worth it. And maybe there's another person in those past relationships that cried and begged to be with this person. Please be here. Make it right. Love me. Be the father that you should be. Be the husband that you should be, or the wife or the mother that you should be. Be this person, please. I love you. I just want to be committed. I just want to be happy with you. Let's just live a happy life, please. And the person was like, nah. Maybe they left. Maybe this player left them. But it wasn't really the case, because the universe divided it. The universe didn't allow those plans to prosper because the other person was too good. The universe did not allow them to come together easily. There were problems, there were financial problems, there were court problems, there was family disputes. You know, there could have been all kinds of stuff just getting in the way of that connection that made it almost impossible. So that was divine intervention. So believe me, this Karmic thinks they won the gold medal. They got a winner here. No, the universe and other people have stepped up and said these relationships failed because we're too good for that. But you, Karmic, you have a choice. And the universe is trying to show you Wake up, Hanged Man. Leave. This isn't right for you. You're wanting much more from this person than they're willing to give, than they're capable of giving. And the universe is like, I'm trying to help you just as I've tried to help the others. The only difference between you is they listened. You're not. You're not listening. You're headed straight for the cliff. And you're waiting to just go head first. You know? And it doesn't matter how many warnings you have, how many people come to know the trickery, and you know the heartbreaks that's going on. You're just going to sit here and cry and still, 7 of Wands twice, defend this man or defend this woman or defend this relationship and hope for the best like a fool. And you're going to keep offering that pentacle. Year after year is the pentacle. Here's another year, here's another year, here's another year. You keep offering that pentacle. Come on, let's jump on the wagon this year. And you're really waiting for that chariot. Let's go. But all you're going to get met with is 5 of Swords, which is a hollow victory, a gold medal in a race that you didn't deserve to win, and you shouldn't because it's not really a win, and 7 of Wands, which is frustrations. And you're going to keep having to fight for yourself and defend yourself in a relationship that is not right. And like I said in the cards, this person's intentions is to keep playing the game. Keep involving third parties. They want to feel important. They want to survey their land. They want to see what they can get in this world. They're being young and naive-minded. Doesn't matter the age. Young and naive-minded. And they just want to play. They just want to play around 3 cups. They just want to play the field, 7 of cups. Why would they change when they keep winning? When they keep getting you and that person? When they keep getting romance and affection from more than one person? Why would they give that up? You're allowing it. You're still offering that Ace of Pentacles. You're not taking it away. You're not making them work for it. You're not, what, you're having some arguments and that's enough? How's that going for you? How is the arguments turning out? Is it working? All the fights. Have they stopped? Well, maybe they stopped for a while, but did they permanently stop? Anyone's willing to settle down for a minute under hot fire, right? I'm willing to settle down for a few weeks to settle, you know, the energy in the home. But once that energy's settled, I'm right back out again. Right back out. You know, so it's like you're only going to cage this animal for a certain amount of time. That's like keeping a cat indoors that you know wants to be outside. You know how many people try to keep their cat inside and then they freaking break a hole out of a screen in a window or a door, or they sneak out of a door when you're coming in and out. They just plan that perfect moment of escape. Trust me, you're not going to keep that cat indoors all summer. Hell no. No way. But you can try, you know, and it's like this person, you're really shooting for the stars here. There's really not much to shoot for because they're not willing to quit. Anyways, that is the story for the Karmic. Thank you so much for watching. Is there anyone here that has some questions for your eclipse? It's $33. It's a lot cheaper than most readings out there right now. And you get an instant urgent reading, which is like 100% off almost of what it normally is. So I know my emergency readings are over $200. So it's up to you. I'll give you guys a few seconds here. And then I'm going to get on to a different reading. If you are watching this video later and you've missed the live because you didn't get the notification or you just were not able to make it during this time and you're watching this later, if you want to donate $33, I will still give you an eclipse reading this week. So if you've missed me, you still have a chance. You can go to my website, www.jks1111.com, and just hit the donation, because I don't really advertise for an eclipse reading in my website. This is just something I wanted to do for you guys last minute. And you can just donate the $33. Or you can go to my Cash App, which is in the link description, and you just donate there. And that would be in the tag money symbol, let that SHIT go 1111. And you can just donate $33 there. And just put in the title eclipse reading, and I will do it for you. The eclipse reading, guys, it consists of several cards to reveal to me your situation and show me what the eclipse is revealing to you. Because a lot of us get lost in symbols and signs and synchronicities. We don't really understand what the universe is trying to tell us, or we can't always decipher our dreams. And we're trying to make sense of, what is this change? What am I being shown in the shadow of this eclipse? And I just want you to see some clarity through the cards. So I want to use tarot. I want to use some oracles. And yeah, it's quite a bang for the buck. Usually my cards are $11.11 per card. So you can get quite a many. And you're going to be able to just see what it's revealing. And I'm going to pull probably an Alice in Wonderland oracle as well, or a Kali oracle. I am going to be doing the Elque, and I will be doing the tarot, and possibly my love oracles as well, my little bubbles. So that's what it is. And I want to, just show you, what is the universe trying to show you? Because there's some kind of truth hidden in the eclipse for you. And you really want to know, what is the meaning of this? What am I supposed to be doing? What is my path here in the shadow of this eclipse? I can't do the chart reading instead of the eclipse because it requires more of me, and I have to actually draw out your chart and look at it, and that's probably very time consuming. That's why my chart readings are like 30 days out from when you order it, because it's extensive. It's like building a map from scratch. So it's definitely more extensive than just a little 15-minute chart reading. That's just not how it goes. But I would love to, if I, would love to do a chart reading for you. If you want that, it's on my website. Stephanie, I'm not tech savvy. How do I share your link for your website? Oh, thank you. You just go to the bottom of the page of the website, at the very bottom. It's, it's like a bunch of words and all stuffed together with no periods or anything. Click on that and hit copy. And then you go on to the chat and you just paste it, and it will have the link. Okay, so Peaches, Sunval paid 33. She wants to know the energy between herself and Mael. She's at work. Oh, thank you. Okay, I will definitely do that. Okay, Mimi, I seriously need to stop chasing him. Aw. Okay, so right now I think it's just Sun, right? Oh, and Muse Me. You sent your Cash App. Okay. All right, so Sun and Muse Me. You did it, Mia. That's awesome. Yes, I see you, Muse Me. Okay, so let's do, and if you don't want the eclipse, you can do like Sunval and just get a question and kind of see what the eclipse is giving to you. If you guys want that more, that's perfectly fine with me. But the eclipse is just more of a reading where I'm going to show you what the eclipse wants to show you about your life. And it hits more on every level than just relationships. It kind of just hits with what your soul really needs to know and what the universe has been trying to show you. and kind of gives you an inside look at your own personal eclipse energy. All right, so let's get in. Okay. So as I'm doing your reading, Sun, with you and Mael, I feel instant pain in the right area of my chest, like under my ribs. I feel like there's a pain. This is a very painful situation. My body even feels in pain. So there's some kind of physical pain attributing issues in your connection. You might feel your issues with this person physically, and it affects you just on a real physical level. Puts you in a place of panic, even just suffering. Also, I just feel like it's suffering. And you're like, I'm tired of suffering. I'm tired of this. Why do I need to suffer so much like this? Bottom of the deck here is the Ace of Wands. All right, let's see what's going on with you and your person. You and Mael. What's going on with you and Mael? We have toxic, sweet results, dreams. I think we are addicted. We are addicted to this situation. We have down here genuine love. So there's real love here, but we are definitely sometimes accidentally addicted to the trauma. And sometimes when things are slow, we're wondering, where's the spice? Where's the action? Because our body is just like, come on, we need more movement than what's going on. I do see sweet results. So I feel like there is something here about being more flexible and having more faith in dreams. The Ace of Wands, a new beginning happening. Oh, there's the Two of Cups. The Eight of Wands. King of Pentacles in reverse and the Nine of Cups. Sun, it's very sweet. He's not financially ready to jump yet, but he wants to. There's something going on with work or Pentacles for him that is a concern, and he takes it very seriously. His Pentacles are very serious to him. You are too. He loves you. He wants you. He wants to take action to be with you. He plans on being with you. You should have some sense of peace of mind because he has motion in the works, but you're not seeing it quick enough. So there's some kind of sense of urgency. You would like to see more evidence or more action at this time. And the frustration is, where is it? Where's the proof? Where's the evidence? Where is he? What's going on? And I think that's what I was feeling with the urgency, like the addiction. And that's toxic, right? That's the toxic addiction. Sometimes when things are smooth, when things are good, it doesn't feel like it's good, and it's scaring us, which is a trigger because we're not used to things being smooth. We're not used to someone stepping up and owning themselves and saying, this is what I want, and I love you. We almost don't want to believe that, you know, Sun, and I feel like you almost don't want to believe that. You have a hard time seeing him being solid. I just posted a short the other day, and I want you to take this seriously because he had a very valid point. And he had a beard. He had a red light behind him, and he spoke about twin flames. If you have a chance to watch that short, you should. But he said, we always question, why would my twin flame love me? Does my twin flame love me? And he answered very simply, of course he does. Why would he not? And he could be a she. But why would this twin flame not love me? Because your twin flame is yourself. Don't you love yourself? Of course you love yourself, right? Or do we? I guess that's a rhetorical question. But of course they love you. And then he went on to saying, you need to start seeing the divine in your partner, not their mistakes. And that is, my friends, a wake-up call. It really is for our mass collective. So many times on our twin flame journey, we want to see the errors, the issues, and the problems, and that's very human. Humans like to see the problems so we could fix them and avoid problems in the future. Avoid death is our innate nature. We foresee scares and tears and issues because as a human, we want to prevent death. We want to also prevent injury, and we would like to prevent pain because we don't like any of those things. And it's not, yeah, that's obvious. So we are trained as a human to look out at the problems, to prevent these things. Hence why Virgo is constantly critical and criticizing and judging all the time. Virgo is a major judger, and they have to catch themselves on being such a harsh judge of character. But Virgo is looking at Pisces energy. Okay? And Pisces represents death, the deathbed, right? The endings, the finalities, the lasts, if you will, the lasts. So Virgo's always preventing that. Like, I got to look at the problems because, you know, we're looking at death here. We're looking at pain and suffering and issues. That's why they're so critical. But they represent Earth, our human nature. And, you know, Sun, in the twin flame journey here, I could see where you're looking out at the problems. What is a problem? What needs fixing? What is an issue? What are possible issues? You know, and it's like there's a lack of excitement. And I feel like what you need to do is get excited. Your person said he loves you. Your person said he wants you. Your person said he misses you. We can't burn that fire. Well, that doesn't make sense, but what I meant to say is we can't burn out that fire, if that makes sense. I can't burn out that fire. I don't know how I'm saying this. It's Mercury retrograde. But you get what I'm saying, Sun. We can't put out the fire. That's the proper word. We can't put out the fire of the excitement, the lust, the desire, the urgency, the missingness. We can't put that out because we don't see physical results right now. We have to keep that fire alive, no matter what. Even in silence, we've got to keep it alive. Because what you want is supposed to come to you, wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups. So you're supposed to have this. You're supposed to get what it is you want. It says improvements are underway, and you're going to feel very pleased. Okay, you're going to feel very pleased. All right, and I know that this person is giving you difficulties, and that's hard to overlook. It's hard to overlook the slowness, the lack of lust for things. You wish this person was more of a King of Wands, not a King of Pentacles in reverse. But you love this person, you're crazy about them, King of Cups. And they're crazy about you, Sun. Mael is crazy about you. There is sweet results to come, but I see there's a struggle with your faith. And it's a struggle to keep excited. The big thing here is conquering yourself. Are you ready to conquer your own personal hang-ups, fears? When the King of Pentacles is in reverse, he's very, very stubborn. And we all know earth signs are stubborn, girl. But he's very stubborn. He can even be stingy. He can be a brat. He's way too focused on material gains or 3D proof, right? When it comes to relationships, he's like way too serious. And he's more of a realist and the glass half empty. Rather than being kind and considerate, he kind of shows up at, I don't really care about other people's feelings or desires, and I'm a little bit selfish, 9 of Cups. It could be someone who is expecting a whole lot to be given to them. So I don't know who the earth sign is in your situation, Sun. And it's probably your person. But he does expect a lot given to him. And you've shot arrows of love towards him. You're like, I love you, I'm here for you, I'm yours, but where's the action? And you see him as being selfish, and maybe he very much is. But this is genuine love. Okay, genuine meaning real from the heart. This is not fake, it's not false. You need to stop second guessing if he really loves you. And I think me as your reader, that's really what I'm feeling, is you're second guessing if he really loves you. And that means there's something going on inside of your heart that makes you think, am I worth it? And I don't know who made you feel like that growing up, that maybe or maybe not, you're worth it, but you are worth it. You're worth everything. You're worth a leap. You're worth a jump. You're worth a major shift. And I think you kind of underplay your value. And you say to yourself, like, it's too much trouble. It's too this, it's too that. Excuses, right? Don't do that to yourself. It's not. You're worth it. You're worth the moon and the stars and everything in it, you know? Everything under it. I do think he's going to come and apologize to you because perhaps he has been selfish. And that has come out in your reading. But there is a new beginning for the both of you. And the Two of Cups cannot go undenied that this is genuine, real, true love, soulmate vibes. My heart is yours. I want to be with you vibes. A union coming together vibes. Two of Cups is just like, such a warm, lovely feeling. He has been watching you, even in the distance. For whatever reason, he's secretive. Maybe he's got some Scorpio vibes, Nine of Cups. But he does watch you, and he tries to observe, and he's being led to you. He really is. I wouldn't just say that. He really is. You've been having some dreams, or you will be, and let them reveal feelings to you. They're going to reveal feelings, unresolved issues. Let it do its magic. But I know that you guys are meant to have a new beginning, and I know you're meant to have him in your life. I know that you're meant to have him. It's right here in the cards. So let's get a message from your Mael. Let's take a ride, girl, and explore each other's bodies. He just wants to take some time out with you. That's let's take a ride. It's like, I want to get on the chariot, and I want to see you, and I want to spend time with you, and I want to get to know you better again. I want to get to know you all over again. I want to fall in love with you all over again. You know, so he wants that. And you guys have changed, and it's good to spend time with one another and figure out who you guys are today. You know, it's good. And he wants to do that. He's excited. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. Please help me to figure it out. He might need some guidance, you know, the compass. He's like, I don't have it all figured out, son. I wish I did. I'm not perfect, and I by far do not have it figured out. But I think we can do this together. I think I can start to figure out my path. And we may have a better idea of what he should be doing than he does. You know, maybe it's not clear to him, but it's clear to you. So just some patience is needed here. You know, he is figuring out the ins and outs of what he needs to do. Let's get a little love oracle for you guys. What does Spirit want to reveal for Sun, Val, and Mael? Actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. This is what you're looking for. Show me the money. Show me your actions. Very earth. If you're looking for physical results, this may not be the time. And you know, girl, I would tell you to look out for physical results if I felt that that was the truth. But what the cards are telling me, girl, is don't look for physical right now. Look for the emotional. Because that's where it starts. It starts in the heart and the mind. And, you know, we've heard about our spiritual body. It's very different from our physical body. But before our physical body ever gets sick, Our emotional body is sick. But people don't pay attention to that, but a lot of healers do. And so everything happens first in the spiritual realm, then it comes into the physical. So what I'm hearing is there's a lot of movement, Eight of Wands, in your spiritual realm, girl. And I saw 100 minutes and 10 seconds when I said that. There's a lot of spiritual and a lot of emotional, okay? Desires and feelings. The physical comes after. Now have some patience, be a little flexible, be a cute little gummy bear. He loves you, and you need to believe in that, and you need to feel it and know it. That's very important for you to hang on to right now, because when you don't have any proof to hang on to, you need to hang on to your spiritual reality, because it will manifest. So I know you're looking for those actions, but there are spiritual actions as well that you should look at. And Scorpio is extremely prominent today, Sun. Even this eagle here representing Scorpio. I'm telling you. And Scorpio is about the hidden and the secrets and the desires and the magic. So I really want you to hang on to that cup of water and just feel it, because you're both holding cups. The love is real. It's here. Anyways, bottom of the deck, look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. Okay? So you may not think you have the strength for this anymore, but you do. And look how she's looking at herself in the crystal ball. It's beautiful. Sometimes we don't think we have the strength to do things that we do. I love it. So that's what I got for you, girl. I hope that was a decent message for your situation. He loves you, and I do know he's coming. Okay? All right. Muse me. You had one as well. Let's go ahead and see what's going on. Aw, Insane Justice, I'm sorry, girl. I am going to be doing 11/11s tomorrow. So we're going to be doing the 11/11 oracles. If you want to purchase more than one, you can for everybody. But tomorrow, $11.11 will get you an oracle or a tarot card if you just want that. Of course, I think an oracle is more telling. All right. Muse me, so we're just going to do your eclipse reading, right? You just wanted the basic eclipse? Okay, that's what we're going to do. And let me just make sure and look at your comments. All right. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, so let's do the eclipse. For you guys, I'll give you guys 15 more minutes for anybody else that wants an eclipse reading. If not, if you order one when I'm gone, we'll just do it later, okay? We'll do it later this week. Not like days later, but sometime tomorrow or the next day, we'll end up getting those done. Because I know tomorrow is the 11/11s. I may do it tomorrow. We'll see. Spirit, please guide and direct me for Muse Me. Please show me what's happening for the eclipse for Muse Me. So Muse Me, bottom of the deck, we've got the Queen of Wands. We have the Four of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Fool in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles. Use me. There's something about going after someone that's not giving you what you need and what you want. You're very stable. You're coming in with a strength. Four of Wands. You're ready for commitment. You're ready for a good, strong connection that's long-lasting. And you're ready to bring in, basically you have a lot to offer. And this person is not willing to put in the work that you're willing to put in. And these are your challenges, 5-5. The eclipse wants to show you that maybe you're fighting a battle that maybe isn't worth fighting for. Do you get the feeling like you're pursuing this person that could care less that you're pursuing them? Because there's a sense of freedom that comes with the Four of Wands, that if you've been feeling stuck, expect an opportunity to show up and break you free. It's a time to celebrate. It could definitely indicate marriage or a relationship or a milestone on the horizon. And you should expect some great success. And it's kind of like whatever you touch is blessed, you know, but there's a frustration here, Five of Wands, Five of Cups, that all the energy that you're putting into this person, what are you getting out of this? It's almost like I think you feel used, or you're scared of feeling used, because there's something here about others taking advantage to just put themselves ahead, to get ahead in their life. So you're not pursuing anyone. Okay, so let's think about it as not a person. Let's think about this pursuit as something else. Maybe it's a life purpose. Maybe it is a job. Maybe it is a career or school, or I don't know, something else that is in your sights that's not a person. And this Five of Wands is like a fear of being used or wasting time, because someone here feels that there's an inevitability that it's going to backfire. And there's almost, why should I try when it's not going to work out? Why should I put all my eggs in this basket when I know that it's not worth the fight? And the competition maybe is too intense. Like there's a lot better people out there that have more than me. What do I have to contend with? Are my efforts worth it? Am I willing to step up in this energy? Because there's definitely a feeling of insecurity with that Five of Cups. And I really think this is from past letdowns, disappointments. And there's just a sadness that I've been let down before. And I would be a fool to get into something to be let down again. And I'm not a foolish person, you know, with that Fool card in reverse, you're just like, I'm not willing to take a risk or take a leap. And maybe that's what this eclipse really wants you to know. Let's look at it in the terms of the eclipse talking to you. This is a difficult emotion, and it definitely represents the inability to let go of what has been lost. And it's also wishing that you could turn back the hands of time, because perhaps there are regrets. I wish I would have done this sooner. I wish I would have been like that before. I wish, whatever, you know, fill in the blank. But because I didn't, I have great loss. There's some kind of a great loss. Here it says money losses, but not all is lost. If you look behind you, there may be something left to salvage. You know, he doesn't notice there's 2 cups behind him still. Like there's something worth it, even when you don't think it's worth it. So what is it that you're after that the eclipse is saying it's still worth it, even though you think it's not? Because the universe wants to share that with you, that whatever you think is a lost cause, not worth it anymore, or it's too late. The universe and the eclipse is saying, think again, perhaps. But not to be foolish, because this card in reverse does indicate don't leap before you look. You're going to fall on your face. It is a reminder not to be foolish. Be aware of the risks and do your research. It can also show fears that could be holding you back, which I think is more of it, is more fears. Do your due diligence and be bold, you know? The Knight of Pentacles is an offer that is coming to you. A great offer. That Knight of Pentacles is something very valuable, something worth the wait. It may be slow to come, but it's sure to give. It's like a good gamble, you know? It's like, you know, it's going to pay off. It's a good payoff. The Knight of Pentacles is the loyal knight. Could be someone in your future as well, but this is more of an eclipse reading than a love reading. But he's slow and steady progress. He puts in the effort and the hard work to achieve goals. When the Knight of Pentacles is upright, it's consistent. And it needs to be completed. Not so great in a relationship reading, because it is like someone's very slow to come into your life. And that could be, maybe love is slow to come into your life. But it shows that hard work and dedication will pay off. Be mindful that you're not going to miss any steps. That's something you should be aware of. Be careful. You don't want to skip something, miss something. You know, pay attention to the fine print, if you will. You know, just kind of look around, know what you're getting yourself into. Because ultimately, at the bottom of the deck, the overall underall energy shows independence. She's a magical, loving individual, right? She's beautiful. She's powerful. She's a sorceress, if you will. When you draw the Queen of Wands in a reading, it's being encouraged to embody her qualities. Embrace your sexuality. Be confident in who you are. Don't be afraid to shine. Your passions are going to take you to new heights. She's a leader. She's a very confident leader. And she is about trying new things and being adventurous. I do see an energy of caution. And I think the eclipse is showing you whatever you were taught, whoever was showing you to be cautious, bless them, because that's great. You don't want to be a fool. But there are some risks worth taking. And you can't bury your head in the sand, because there's been pain or losses. We all have losses and pain. It's still worth the fight. It's still worth the effort. Let's see what else the universe wants to show you. Let's see. What else does the eclipse want to tell you? Please reveal what the eclipse is showing. Strategy. You need to have a plan. For a fresh start. Ooh, there's chemistry. There is somebody that is the right one for you. We have path to destiny. True love. So I know you're not pursuing anyone right now, but you know what makes more sense to me? You're not literally in the act of pursuing someone. You are emotionally, mentally, and spiritually seeking a life partner whether it's subconscious or not. And we do have the Four of Wands. So you might be looking for career, travel, wealth, the best body, spiritual guidance. You might be trying to find your path and purpose, right? Away from relationships. Maybe you think, I could care less about relationships right now. I'm more into other things. But as a higher self, your eclipse is trying to show you that there is someone out there for you. You may have been let down in relationships, maybe because you never had one, or maybe because one never worked out. But don't give up on the fact that there's true love, that there is destiny, and there is chemistry, and there is a marital union of love and bliss and passion that does await for you. Queen of Wands, that person's worth the wait. 9-9, you might get wrapped up in yourself. You might get wrapped up in your own world thinking I'm happier alone, or I don't need someone. Well, you don't. No one needs anyone. But Spirit says, don't give up hope that there isn't someone out there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there is. And just because a lot of people have let you down, just because you haven't met the right one yet, doesn't mean he's not coming. Knight of Wands, your loyal knight is coming. And the biggest message this eclipse wants you to know is don't let what's hurt you in life scare you and prevent you from being who you're meant to be. It's like we fall off of a bike and get really hurt. We don't want to get back on the bike. That's too painful and too dangerous, so I'd rather just do something else, and I don't need a bike. No, thank you. Or people, I know because my daughter used to ride horses. You know the classic saying, get back on the horse again. But it's classic. If people fall off of a horse that they've been riding for years, they can get scared of the horse. It's just a trauma response in their body. And so the saying is when you're training to ride horses, get back on the saddle again. As soon as you fall, because your body is going to build up a subconscious resistance on that horse, and you may even develop a fear. And it's not that your mind is fearful, because your mind knows all the intelligence about how that works, but your body is a whole different animal, basically. It's like, nah, we don't do that. You know, and that's why a lot of people get sweaty hands and sweaty palms. Even past lives can come up. People have strange fears they don't know why they're scared of. And it's past life. Like being scared of heights. That really comes from a fear of falling. And in a past life, somebody fell, perhaps to their death. And so even the thought about a fall more than heights, because some people are fine flying in a plane, they're fine being on top of a tall building in a room with glass, looking out, that's fine, or at least okay. But take away the barrier and now there's wind or a fear of falling, that's a whole different ballgame. That's, I'm gonna fall. So it's really not the fear of the height, it's the fear of the fall. And that's past life. And some people are just born of that, or they're born scared of dogs, or they're born scared of who knows what. And that's the Five of Cups, that's the fear talking. And so this eclipse is like, you're wasting potential. There's a lot of potential, but we're not using this because we're letting our doubts and our fears and our past get in the way. Now, don't be stupid, but maybe try to conquer your fears a little bit. My son used to be so scared of heights and roller coasters, and we took him on some last week, and he was so happy, my oldest. And he was just like, I feel good. I feel happy. And had we not convinced him or pressured him to go, he probably wouldn't have gone. But he went and he conquered it. somewhat. I mean, he's still scared. We're all, people, but he felt good about himself. And he was like, that was awesome. That was awesome. And you know what? I can do it again. And so this is more so for you, Muse Me, about conquering fears and not becoming one of those people that are a Debbie Downer and a pessimistic Patsy. You know what I mean? Like, well, that's not reality. That's not realistic. That's not, you're too literal. I definitely get the sense, Muse Me, that you're too literal, precise, detailed, maybe a little OCD about reality. And that's kind of coming from this Knight of Pentacles. Is he a little bit of a stick in the mud? Yeah, he is. He is a stick in the mud, and it takes him forever to get somewhere because he's got to make sure every step is accounted for. And so there is some lack of luster here, Muse Me. And I'm seeing that you have to see a practical plan and a practical strategy before you do something. And the universe wants you to feel the chemistry with your dreams and your hopes and your desires, to feel it and let it lead you on the path, not from your brains, not from your logic, but from your fires, your passion. There's a beautiful fresh start that is going to happen. And I will say, Muse Me, there is a relationship in the future. Absolutely. You may not be looking for that, but that's going to come. Let's see what else the universe wants to reveal with your eclipse. And then I'll get your oracle here. Well, you have 2 oracles coming. So this and 2 more oracles coming is a little bit of what you see in the eclipse reading. Okay, that's what we have going on. I don't know if you just came in. You might want to rewind a little bit, but Muse Me ordered an eclipse reading, so that's what's happening. The eclipse works in the shadows, the subconscious, the feelings, the inertia, right? The things we're afraid to say or feel. And so this is the revelations that are coming out. Okay, so we have cart, slow progress. That makes sense with that Knight of Pentacles, doesn't it? Very much slow progress. Things are moving very slowly for you, and it might be due to your own stubbornness. But then we have forest, steady growth, which also makes sense with that Knight of Pentacles. Still slow and steady, steady growth. Let's get one more. The canoe, an upcoming adventure, which is hearts, love, and relationships. I feel like you don't have a lot going on in life right now with love. You said you're not pursuing anyone. I almost feel like there's a lack of interest. Mostly there's a lack of interest. And perhaps your life lacks pizzazz. There's someone that's gonna help bring some pizzazz into your life. There's a sense of seriousness, a big sense of seriousness. And you're meant for some fun, some leisure. A vacation would do you some good. If there's been a vacation you've been procrastinating on taking via finances or time or whatever it may be, the message is go ahead and take that leap. I want you to plan that trip. It's going to give you a zest for life. Also in love and relationships, I know that's not the thing, but it has popped up for you twice. So or 3 times. So let's go ahead and go with it. There is a relationship that the eclipse wants to show you that is out there for you. There is a soulmate with the path to destiny. I feel very much he could be a Leo, or there's a Virgo-Leo closeness between the 2 of you. Maybe that's through your Jupiter or your Venus. Keep in mind, I do Vedic sidereal, not tropical Western, so I don't know what your placements are, but That's coming up for you. And it's upcoming, and it's going to be this summer. I feel like there's this great adventure, right? The Queen of Wands and the upcoming adventure. You even got true love down here at the bottom. You even got life renewed under that with fresh start, which is very interesting. And then you got unsure because you really don't see it coming. I think the biggest message here of the eclipse says you don't see it coming, but it's coming. So get ready because you're going to go for a ride. You're going to go for an upcoming love adventure. There's a relationship that's going to pop up into your life. That person is very exciting and kind of puts you out of your comfort zone. Whenever you meet this person, you're going to be like, this is weird. This is really, really weird. I don't feel comfortable with this kind of a person. Whatever his energy is, you're not going to feel comfortable with his kind of energy. It's going to be very uncomfortable. But it's good for you. It's going to loosen you up and shift energies from your past. So let's see what this eclipse does for you emotionally. Is it a past or future person? That's very hard to say. That 5 of Cups would throw me off because that's regrets. I feel like it's a new person. That's my feelings. I do feel like it's a new person. Yep, it's somebody that you have better chemistry with. It's a new feeling, maybe even a little bit uncomfortable, but it's a new feeling. It might be the same zodiac as a past person though, but it's a new person. So what does this eclipse want to ask you? What is it trying to reveal inside of you? Spirit, please guide and direct me for Muse Me. What is this solar eclipse revealing? All right, so we have the amethyst and she who changes, Iris. Transformation, change, and enchantment. Both of these girls is the middle of their forehead, their third eye has either a gold or an amethyst stone. So there's something about awakening. Right now, I feel like your eyes are a little bit closed. You're, again, too real. You're too much of a realist. This eclipse wants you to stop being stuck into your reality and start being more Queen of Wands, intuitive, and having vision from your heart, not your mind, if that makes sense. So you have Colette, she who nurtures, empathy, gentleness, and insight. And then the Iris, which I've already said. So let me pull this out and see what this eclipse wants to ask you. All right, so the purple amethyst stone promotes healing from grief, as well as a sense of balance and peace. I agree with her, and the eclipse is saying, and you may not admit it to me here, maybe you don't even remember or know, but there's something for you to deal with, Muse Me, about grief. There's some kind of pain that needs to be looked at with this eclipse. It just is the facts. It's facts. And I will not dissipate from that. This card's clarifying it from the eclipse. So past disappointments, past pain and grief. So anyways, as that amethyst sits on her forehead, it is the third eye chakra, the source of her insight and intuition. She instinctively knows what others are feeling, so she's able to nurture them. This card brings a gentle message of hope and healing. When you are troubled, turn to those around you and let them see what you need. If you are lucky, you may encounter one of those rare souls who sees at a glance exactly what you are experiencing. Let's see. You will recognize the knowing of this soul and allow yourself to be nurtured back to health and happiness. Ask yourself, when do I need to be more gentle with myself? And number 2, do I allow myself to be nurtured by others? And who can I share my gifts of empathy and insight? And we kind of got independence at the beginning. You have way too much independence and defensiveness. And this is, I don't need anyone. I can do it myself. So this eclipse is going to work with you on your striking independent energy, because a lot of that comes from perhaps childhood, but a lot of that comes from grief, letdown, and disappointment. They say, some of the psychologists say, some of the most independent people are people that grew up having to do everything for themselves and take care of others, which is a form of trauma, because those people in childhood didn't receive a lot of nurture and care. They did so much for themselves and perhaps even their parents. So I don't know quite what your childhood was like, but that could be it. Or it could be in relationships. You were neglected. 5 of Cups, because I don't know how old you are, what your history is, but you could have been neglected and had to support yourself throughout the relationship emotionally and mentally and maybe even financially. But again, now you're independent. It's like they've taught you you don't need anyone. And that puts you on guard and defensive. And if you go through life with that natural instinct and that insight, I need no one, I need nothing, I do it all myself, then you don't get a lot of opportunities to depend on others, to need them, to be nurtured by them, because you're too independent. So there is a sense of that. And it might be a fear of letting your guard down and being vulnerable. You may very well have a fear of that. But it's worth the effort to let go and let someone love you. So I think you are going to have a fresh new start with a different kind of person that's willing to put effort and energy into you. You just need to learn how to receive and how to let go and not be so independent. Not that that's a bad thing. I love independence. But it can cause issues in a relationship if somebody is ultra or extra independent. You know what I mean? Because they would like someone to be a protector and provider for too. You know, that's important to them as well. Sometimes when we receive, we're giving the person the opportunity to give. And if we take away that person's opportunity, they never get to experience that and can create some problems. So anyways, Iris says, the snake's magic reminds us that as long as we are never stagnant, we will continue to reinvent ourselves. It is this power of transformation that invites us to celebrate the enchantment of the moment of this eclipse, right? Shed the skin of yesterday before the eclipse and cloak ourselves in our own new persona. Iris asks if you are ready to do this. So take down this hard shell exterior of ultra independence. That's what this eclipse wants you to change, like literally. Iris brings a message that you are in a moment of change and you can choose to move into your new self or pull back. So do not put too much weight on things as they are. Instead, take a step back. Remind yourself that the moon cycles as well as the turning of the seasons. Change is inevitable and it's beautiful. There's no need to fear change in ourselves. Ask yourself, why am I fighting this change? Why is it so hard to be a new me? And how can I flow in this transformation today? And what do I need to do to honor this cycle? So let's get a card on what you need to do to honor the cycle of the eclipse changing you. All right, so what do you need to do? Again, guys, this is an eclipse reading, and if you want one, they're $33. So what do you need to do? Spirit, guide and direct me for Muse Me and the eclipse. What does Muse Me need to do? How does my body want to move today? So what's going on? Okay, so body holds trauma. Hips hold a lot of emotional grief and pain. Shoulders hold a lot of stress, financial burdens, all types of burdens. What does your body want to move today? What part of your body says, hey, I'm not okay? We need to deal with this part of our body. The eclipse wants you to pay attention to the trauma that's stored in your body. When we move, we change our state and raise our vibration. This new elevated state becomes a channel for more energy. Are you moving your body daily? Are you passionate about it? Is it time to try something new? And how does your body want to move today? Listen to it and joyfully do it. All right, so let's get your main oracle for the eclipse. Spirit, guide and direct me for the main oracle for the eclipse for Muse Me. What does Muse Me need to see in this eclipse? Her purpose. What is the purpose of the change in this eclipse for Muse Me? Okay. So bottom of the deck is changed in the night. You have changed quickly. All right, so it's in reverse. So there's some kind of a refusal of change here. Again, that extreme stubbornness that we were picking up on throughout your reading. The next one, another reversal, interesting. Painting the roses red, covering up errors. All right, so let's see what these have to say. 27 and 11. So 27 says, refusing to hide mistakes or errors, taking on a punishment that is too harsh, blaming oneself, refusing to change something that is not perfect, just as it is, encouraging others to stand together, no longer fearing an oppressive societal expectation or tyrannical person. So you're fearless and independent, but you are punishing yourself. I think you're taking on somebody else's pain as well as your own. I don't know if that could be your family or a lover, but there is some sense of the Five of Cups grief. You know, I'm just gonna go on suffering because I can handle it. I'm strong enough to handle it. That ultra independence, you know? And you're just taking on that punishment. It's too harsh. That's mostly what I'm feeling with this. It kind of goes along with that Nine of Swords. Let's release the punishment. You don't deserve to be punished. You don't need to be punished. Or maybe you're making decisions that are kind of like a punishment, but you don't even see it like a punishment. Whatever it is, you're suffering needlessly. And number 11 says, feeling you are not growing as a person or that you have stayed the same for a very long time. You may be looking at introducing some new and exciting challenges into your life to help you grow and discover more about the wonderful self that you have within you. So there's the change. You have been stagnant. Things have been very whatever for a long time. The eclipse is going to shift you, and it's not comfortable. Not comfortable at all, but you're going to get out of your stubbornness. You're going to get out of your own way. You're going to get out of being in a state of mind where you think you have to suffer for something, which you don't. Sometimes we make things harder than they really are because of our perspective. So I think that you're defeating those thoughts. I do. I think you're going to get rid of those actions. You don't deserve to have a long suffering. That's what's been creating the slow progress and the steady growth. Like, you know, nothing was changing, nothing was happening. There is an upcoming adventure. I do think you're going to have a relationship that just adds to the spice of change in your life. But, you know, perhaps that person is not a lover. If you're not looking for love, even though you have true love and love in relationships, perhaps it's a best friend. Perhaps it's someone you deeply care about. And they're going to help move you past your funk, you know? But you need to move your body. Trauma is stored in the body. And so there's something physical. Knight of Pentacles, I would definitely get into some kind of a somatic healing with someone, or do a yoga, your own yoga, some dance, exercise, hiking, swimming, whatever floats your boat. Something that moves your body to release some trauma and stress. I feel like you've taken on a lot of other people's problems and you store it. That's what's going on. And the eclipse is like, this is not really you. We're living out of a certain type of grief or fear. There's some kind of hesitation, and it's preventing growth. It's preventing change. And this eclipse is saying we can't keep doing the same thing and hoping for a different result. So whatever to you feels consistent, I would change it up, because you're ready for a fresh new start. This night is wonderful, but sometimes boring. And whatever your life has been like, it needs major shift. Maybe that's a dramatic move to a distant land, an upcoming adventure, perhaps a vacation, perhaps a new class, whatever, but you need to step out of your comfort zone. Okay? So we're leaving our comfort zone, and that's what this eclipse wants to tell you. If you've been trying to make some changes, but you haven't gotten a lot of success, that's why. And we need to get rid of that grief in the body. Because ultimately, I see that you're meant for some good things, Queen of Wands. Okay, and that's what I have for you. All right, well, I love you guys. Muse me, I don't know who it is. How do I cut it? Oh, let's see. How do I release it? I have been trying everything. So yeah, the physical release is going to help you. Okay. So something physical in the body, releasing what's been stored. And the eclipse wants that to change. Well, markers, is there anybody else? If not, I'm going to let you guys go. Oh, I love you, TQ. I love you guys. And I'll see you later then. I guess that's it, right, TQ? All right. I love you guys. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. You just keep swimming. If you rewind, we did a karmic reading earlier. It was pretty great. I hope you watch it. Towards the end was just eclipse readings. Okay? If you watch this and you want an eclipse reading for yourself, you can order it and we'll take care of it within about 48 hours. Okay? And we'll just see what the eclipse wants you to know for you. All right? I love you guys so much. Please don't forget to subscribe and like. It does help. I'd appreciate that a lot. Thank you. And if you're looking for something personal, you can go to my website and meet up with me face to face. So that will be available there. And I'll see you later. Bye. Good luck at work, TQ. All right. Love you guys.